parts per million. Typically, the system has anywhere between 1 to 3, give or take. We like to have at least 1.1 in the tower for the sanitation purposes. In order for it to start doing, to be unhealthy, you're looking at like 112 to 200. So I think it would be.
So you said you're going to tackle that hopefully with
as soon as there's specialty tools that we're able to borrow. So as soon as they're available, we're hoping within the next week or so, and then we'll drill in and tap the new one in. I would imagine that the chlorine is in the cylinders. The cylinder would run out, and that would not put enough into the system to cause any type of human catastrophe or anything. Nothing fatal.
Okay, thank you.
We don't want to go anywhere near fatal.
No.
If the weather significantly changed in a week or two, would that prohibit the work from taking place, or can it be done regardless?
No, this is inside.
It's all inside?
It's all inside. Yeah, it's actually within the well house.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And that's all I've got. Thank you.
All right, I have a question for you, Jeff, and maybe Greg Rowan can chime in if need be. And actually, when I came back to the Village Hall tonight, there was a message in my voicemail right from a resident. And the question is, there was hydrant flushing going on, which is great, and I know it's a good thing to do. But the question is from the resident, and I couldn't for sure remember, is this the third time we've done it this year? They think it's the third time, and why are we doing it so frequently? I know hydrant flushing is good to do. They're claiming that they feel that it's putting too much rusty water in their water filters and their water heater. So I thought since we're here tonight, we might as well throw it on the table and let people out in YouTube land also understand better what's going on with the hydrant flushing.
Spring and fall, basically his schedule.
So twice a year, right? Which is what I thought. Yeah.
Maybe periodically they did it once for. I don't know why, maybe another complaint from somebody else.
Did they do something after the water main break?
Well, I was just going to say that I know.
And that's what I was wondering, because of recent repairs, is that why we were doing hydrant flushing?
Not all of them.
Typically, it's not done this late.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It is kind of
see
late.
if we actually did it in the fall. But I know one of the reasons they did do it now, first off, was one that it has to do with the Tories, which we wanted to
flush the line.
Get that out, plus the new water main extension that was put on.
Okay.
So we really wanted to give the system a thorough flushing before the season runs, before it gets too cold. I can double check with Terry. See, I don't recall them doing it in the fall. I know we did it in the spring.
He said
I'm going to say this is the second one.
He said May, July, and now.
Is what the resident recalled.
Is what the resident.
Yeah.
July might have been when I hit.
Or March, I'm sorry, John.
Okay,
Sorry.
March,
July, and now.
Okay.
I apologize.
July, I had Public Works employees out doing the fire hydrant maintenance because we were going to get tested for the ISO. So they may have opened up a few of them.
Oh, that wasn't
sure
flushing. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now that
So
makes
that's
sense.
probably
That makes
what the
sense.
resident was thinking.
Okay.
And he lives in Deerpoint,
Okay.
if that makes any difference.
Well, yeah, they went to every hydrant because we need to make sure that you can open it. They're not blowing hundreds of thousands of gallons of water out just to make sure they turn on the little comes out and then they'll close it back up. So that's probably what that was.
Okay.
And if I need to talk to the resident, I'll be able to. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, our building official is not present tonight. I got a call from him. His son took a tumble off a ladder, so he's at the ER with his son. So hopefully everything's going to be okay. So he will keep us posted. Also, our EMA coordinator, Mike Benko, is not present tonight, but he recently forwarded the information we've been waiting for to put on the website. So that will be installed in the near future. And we'll move on to our treasurer, Kelly Hensley.
Okay, just wanted to report to the board that the utility audit is complete. Their work is done within our village. We just have some cleanup in boxes to get stored back. The report should be given to our village mid-January, and at that time we'll review it and see how we fared out. We were the first audit for the utility of this firm doing for this season and everything. Seems it went smooth, so that's been taken care of.
I'm anticipating a high grade.
I would hope so.
And the other item I have is just a reminder that budget forms are due to me on January 9th. And that's it.
Merry Christmas. Okay, Village Clerk Kathy Metzler.
Okay, on December 2nd, we're going to be talking about election petition filing. December 2nd, Governor Quinn signed Senate Bill 3338, which extends the last day to file for the consolidated file petition for the consolidated election on April 9th, 2013. So originally, the filing period starts Monday, December 17th during our business hours, and it was going to end on Christmas Eve, but they changed it, and so we will be here. It has been extended to December 26th, which is a Wednesday, which is a day we're always opposed. We will be here from 3 to 5, just to, we'll be here for water bills or whatever, but also that's the last day of filing for the petitions. Also, that changes the objections, if anybody has objections to file. That changes to January 10th, which is a Thursday at 5 p.m. And that's calculated differently for each village. It depends on how many, you have to do so many days after the filing petition period of full-time, 8 hours. So that's that on the election stuff. Our holiday mixer on December 1st was successful. We had 3 items. We had a drawing fork, which Avon Township Food Pantry received all the proceeds. Our winners were Dawn Coleman for the 26-inch Nutcracker figurine. Ann Richmond won the video sound rocker, and Paula Urban won the dollhouse, and we collected $122. Also, everyone is now compliant with the Open Meetings Act training, so good job, everyone. Thank you. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. And now we'll move on with the mayor's report. One item of note, there has been a lot of publicity and a lot of inquiries here at the Village Hall about Group Industries and their recent potential application for a garbage transfer station. Group Industries moved into the Round Lake Park area and has been running business out of there since last spring. And there was a IEPA informational hearing about a construction recycling facility, and it came out at that same meeting, which was held at Park Campus School in Madrona Village in Round Lake, that the Group Industries was also going to be filing an application with the IEPA for a garbage transfer station on November 30th. Now, this was a shock to everyone, including to us officials who were not aware of that portion of the project, and found out that indeed also the director of SWAMCO, Walter Willis, was not aware of it. He was present at that meeting at Park Campus. We were having our board meeting here in Hainesville that same night, so we could not be present at that meeting. So at the last SWAMCO meeting, which took place here, we host the SWAMCO meetings here at Hainesville Village Hall, that was quite a topic of discussion because Lake County has a solid waste plan that was created and adopted by the Lake County Board in 2009, and it's really the premise or foundation that SWAMCO operates off of. And we were informed by Walter Willis, director of Swelco, that when group was looking to go into Round Lake Park, there were several items discussed and things that were negotiated, such as the recycling facility that I mentioned for construction material, which Swelco is well aware of, and Swelco will also have a portion of that building to use for Swelco efforts. And they couldn't come to any agreement on this garbage transfer station, so everybody thought it was a drop topic and that group had decided not to do it, or maybe at a later date. So there was quite a discussion and, quite frankly, quite a turnout from the public. We had about 40-some people here from the village of Round Lake Park, and also here in Hainesville, that were concerned about how quickly and how this garbage transfer station would be designed and function, and what would be the pros and cons to it. Swelco took a firm stand that Groot had purposely avoided the Swelco negotiating table and had ignored the Lake County plan, and so Swelco took a vote that we were going to approach Groot and try to get him to come to the table and work things out and assure us that it was abiding by the Lake County plan, and that we would pursue all efforts to work with them and then decide if other means had to be pursued. So I'm happy to report for the record that it turns out November 30th, Group chose not to file, so they have not filed for the application. This does not mean that this will not happen. What it means is they have agreed to go back with Swelco and Lake County and sit down at the tables and work things out. So until that is done, no application will be applied for. And the one thing I do want to make note of to all residents is that our landfills are filling up, and we are going to need garbage transfer stations in Lake County, and the plan does allow for them. But we have standards in the plan that need to be followed and are expected to be followed. So there's a lot of benchmarks that will have to be met over time. But since they're working with Swelco and Lake County, as that continues, we will continue to get information and make all our residents informed and aware of what's going on. On a holiday note, we recently had 2 events here. December 1st, we had our holiday mixer here in the council chambers and our Santa room. I'm happy to report that Santa is happy to come here with Mrs. Claus and spend the afternoon in Hainesville. Hainesville remains on the nice list up in the North Pole. And I want to thank the staff and officials who helped prep for this event. Outstanding job. And just kudos to everybody. The staff really went above and beyond this year. And we had some great kids working for us from the community. We had entertainment from the high school, Grays Lake North and Central Jazz Trio provided us with some nice holiday jazz. We also had our local high school students, Allison Gately and Megan Jacobowski, also performed for us. So they all did a great job. Then this past Saturday, we also had our annual Shop with the Cop. So that also, boy, it goes better every year. And we had 40 kids. 40. Yeah. Trustee Barrett, Trustee Crease, and our Public Works Superintendent, Jeff Gately, worked with our police department, and things went extremely well. Also, just want to mention back on the holiday mixer, the clerk reported about the drawing that we have annually for the Avon Township Food Pantry. And in this afternoon's mail, I got a letter from Avon Township Supervisor Sam Yingling thanking us for our generosity and continued thoughtfulness about the food